Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy 12byte, and welcome to the Hotfix. After playing its tech test, gamers are asking the question, will Attrition make an appearance in Titanfall 2? Stick around for my in-depth opinion. Alright, 12byte Nation, so for those who don't know, Attrition is Titanfall 1's main game mode. Apparently it's the main game mode because it is even above campaign. And I don't think it differentiates at all from campaign, other than the fact that it doesn't have like story-driven elements that really don't matter at all, but that's besides the point. Attrition is a game mode that's kind of like a variation of Team Deathmatch, 6v6, but in between that you have NPCs. Now these NPCs are actually bots that's within the game. They are called grunts, some of them are specters, and so on and so forth. Now the objective of the game mode is to get attrition points. So this is where Titanfall pretty much takes off, and it's like, yo, this is awesome, this is epic, this is phenomenal. You don't have to go through the game at all killing a single player. You can go through killing these NPCs, but the fact that you are taking easy pickings leaves you vulnerable and open to another player. Now, whether you kill a player or an NPC, it doesn't really matter because it all gives you attrition points. But what does matter is the amount of attrition points that you get per kill, and you do get a little bit more for killing a player. So with explaining that, if you're kind of curious or interested in this game mode, well, it wasn't playable at all in Titanfall 2's tech test. Bounty Hunt, Armed Hardpoint, and Pilots vs. Pilots were the only 3 game modes that was playable in the tech test. Now, one of the things that can be questioned is that, yo, why wouldn't they boast attrition in the tech test? Why not get some of these hardcore Titanfall fans into the fray? Well, I'm looking at it from a number of angles right now. The moment you say Titanfall beta or Titanfall tech test, those Titanfall purists are gonna pick up that game. Only when you say, yo, this is only going to be available on Xbox One and PS4 because, well, we have our reasons for not dropping it on PC because there's a lot of people that can do a little digging, so we don't want to go that route. That's when you're going to have a few that maybe not have a home console that won't pick up the game. So they're kind of like looking at everybody else's gameplay, or they're just sticking with what they know, and they may not pick up the title at all. So there's a little alienation that's being created right there. But when you think about it, now they've made Titanfall a whole lot more accessible. Attrition is a little confusing to a lot of people. I mean, you already got Overwatch, you already got games that have similar MOBA styles or feels. That's more PC. We're not trying to captivate these people. We want to make this game more accessible for the casual gamer. And by doing that, by catering to the group with the most people behind it, again, you kind of alienate the people that stands behind and stood behind Titanfall to accommodate the people that want to break the Call of Duty cycle and try something new. Because I'm going to keep it real, when I popped in a tech test, I was like, this is far different from what I remember from Titanfall 1. I said, this is what Black Ops 3 was supposed to be. That itself will make Titanfall 2 feel fresh, but to a lot of people, it'll make it feel like a fresh sellout. But with that being said about Respawn Entertainment making Titanfall 2 more accessible to the general public, which is the casual shooter, of course that means they had to make changes to the movement and gunplay. Now, I talked about this already, so if you want to hear my opinion about the movement and gunplay of Titanfall 2, go on and check out the previous Hotfix. Now, one of the things that baffles me the most is why the developers themselves were so tight-lipped about the subject of, will attrition be in Titanfall 2? PlayStation Lifestyle sat down with Respawn and asked the question, will attrition or an attrition-like game mode be back or be available at launch? If not, part of a future update. Now, both of the Respawn members grin. Welch says, interesting question. PlayStation Lifestyle says, and you're smirking, has this come up before? Welch answers and says, I would answer this way. The tech test was a very small subset of the game, where fans are playing the original Titanfall in all of its game modes. And I just think that people will have to just wait and see what we provide next. Is that enough of a hint? But we're all ears. I know the right people. I know the right guy. I know a guy, and I think he's listening. Now, that whole, monologue did not make any sense at all to me. I don't know what guy he got listening. I don't know if it's the guy from Deal or No Deal that be in a little glass window. I don't know if it's Lord Joshine. I didn't understand if he was answering the question or if he was just making a statement. This is pretty much what developers do all the time, so I'm pretty much not talking about something that's brand new. I'm just playing Captain Obvious. But anyway, it wasn't confirmed, but I guess I want to answer a question that could potentially be asked. Should we be worried? I think not. If Respawn Entertainment is as smart as we like to think they are, they're going to put attrition into the game. I think that since it's its main game mode, that they did not need to feature it in the tech test. I think they wanted to just give people something that was just a whole lot accessible, to get down the mechanics, get down the gameplay, get down the fluidity, get down the way movement has changed. It's a tech test. I don't know if they're going to drop another beta or not, or something that's considered a beta, or if this was the beta, but it's a tech test. So I just saw it as something that's, hey, I'm just going to test it out, get a feel for it, and this is what it is. But the very first thing that I can say to combat that point of view, if it's a tech test, why not feature attrition? It's a lot going on. Why not feature it? If it's a tech test, then I guess it could potentially be considered a stress test, and I guess we should stress the game by putting a lot of NPCs in it, getting the pilots going, getting the pilots pulling out their Titans, getting a lot of movement going. But again, TITANFALL Nation, I'm not worried about attrition making it into the game. If attrition doesn't make it back into the game, then I have no choice but to agree with my man's FD Reborn and say that EA has officially sent this IP out to die. So take your pick, TITANFALL Nation. Will attrition make it back into Titanfall 2? Were the developers simply trying to see if they can catch the eye of those Call of Duty gamers that will not pick up Infinite Warfare? Let me know down in the comments, as well as leave me topic suggestions for the next hot fix. For exclusive content and more, head over to xiibyte.net. More videos to come, but in the meantime, check out past hot fixes or switch those gears and check out more of what my channel has to offer. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, jump kick that subscribe button, and keep it locked right here on xiibyte Gaming. It's your boy 12 and I got you 6.